The question of why God created the devil has puzzled believers for centuries. If God is all good, all loving, and all powerful, why would he allow the existence of a being that brings evil, suffering, and temptation into the world? This question goes beyond curiosity. It touches on the very nature of God, free will, and the eternal battle between good and evil. To understand this, we must go back to the very beginning, before the creation of the world, before humanity, before sin. The devil, originally known as Lucifer, was not always the prince of darkness. He was once one of the most magnificent beings ever created. He was a powerful angel, full of wisdom, beauty, and light. His story is one of glory, pride, and ultimately, tragic downfall. Before the fall, Lucifer was among the highest-ranking angels in heaven. His name means light bringer, or morning star, and he was described as being perfect in beauty and full of wisdom. He had a high position among the angelic beings, likely one of the cherubim, the highest order of angels that stood close to God's throne. God created angels with intelligence, emotions, and free will. Unlike humans, angels do not live by faith. They see God directly and know his power beyond any doubt. Yet despite this knowledge, Lucifer made a choice that changed his fate forever. Though Lucifer was created good, he began to desire something that was not his. He was not content with the glory he had been given. He wanted more. He wanted to be equal to God. This was not a small act of disobedience. It was the ultimate betrayal. The prophet Isaiah describes Lucifer's heart in Isaiah 14:12-14. How you have fallen from heaven, O morning star, son of the dawn. You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will make myself like the Most High. Lucifer did not want to serve God. He wanted to be God. He was consumed with pride, and this pride led him to rebel against his Creator. But there is a great irony in this. Lucifer, despite his wisdom and power, forgot one simple truth. He was created. No created being, no matter how powerful, can ever be equal to the one who made it. However, Lucifer did not rebel alone. The Bible tells us that he convinced a third of the angels to join him in his rebellion. How did he do this? The same way he tempts humanity today, with lies, deception, and the promise of power. These angels, like Lucifer, had been created good, but they made the choice to reject God. Revelation 12:7-9 describes what happened next. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him. Lucifer, now called Satan, was cast out of heaven along with his followers. But this leads to another question. Why did God allow this to happen? If God knew Lucifer would turn evil, why did he create him at all? Before we answer that, kindly take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel, as this will not only help us grow, but help us reach a wider audience. Thanks as you comply. To answer the question, we must understand the nature of free will. God did not create robots. He created beings with the ability to choose. Love cannot exist without free will. If God had forced his angels and later humanity to love and obey him, that love would be meaningless. True love requires a choice. Lucifer had a choice. The angels who followed him had a choice. They could have remained in the presence of God, serving him in perfect joy forever, but instead they chose rebellion. God allows free will because he desires genuine relationships, not forced devotion. However, free will also comes with responsibility. Just as a person can choose to love, they can also choose to hate. Just as someone can choose to obey, they can also choose to rebel. Lucifer's fall was not because God made him evil, but because he chose to turn away from goodness. Another question we might ask is that why didn't God destroy Satan immediately? Many wonder why God didn't simply destroy Satan the moment he rebelled. Wouldn't that have prevented evil from entering the world? On the surface, this seems like a logical solution, but it goes against God's greater plan. If God had destroyed Satan immediately, What would the other angels have thought? Some might have obeyed God out of fear rather than love. Instead, God allowed Satan to exist so that the full consequences of rebellion could be seen by all. This is why Satan was cast to the earth. His actions would serve as an eternal lesson on the dangers of pride and disobedience. Satan's continued existence is not a sign of weakness on God's part. It is part of a divine plan that will ultimately result in a greater victory. When Satan was cast down, his hatred for God did not disappear. He turned his attention to God's creation, humanity. In the Garden of Eden, he tempted Eve, leading to the fall of mankind. Since then, he has worked tirelessly to deceive, corrupt, and lead people away from God. But even in this, there is a greater purpose. Though Satan seeks to destroy, God uses even his evil actions to bring about good. This is why Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." The devil's temptations test humanity's faith, but they also give people the opportunity to choose God. Without the presence of evil, there would be no real test of faith. God does not tempt anyone, but he allows temptation to exist so that people can grow spiritually, develop perseverance, and demonstrate their love for him through obedience. Satan's reign is temporary. Though he may have power now, his fate is already sealed. Revelation 20:10 tells us what will happen in the end. "And the devil, who deceived them, was thrown into the lake of burning sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet had been thrown. They will be tormented day and night forever and ever." Satan's time is short, and he knows it. This is why he works so aggressively to deceive as many people as possible. He is not fighting against God. He has already lost that battle. Instead, he is fighting for souls, trying to take as many as he can with him. At the heart of this entire story is the justice and mercy of God. He did not create the devil to be evil. He created Lucifer as a beautiful, powerful angel, but he also gave him free will. When Lucifer chose rebellion, God did not immediately destroy him, but he did set a plan in motion that would ultimately bring about the destruction of sin and evil forever. At the same time, God offers mercy to humanity. Unlike the fallen angels, humans have been given the opportunity for redemption. Through Jesus Christ, people can escape the power of Satan and find eternal life in God's presence. So why did God create the devil? The answer is not that God wanted evil, but that he wanted love. Love requires free will, and free will allows for the possibility of rebellion. Lucifer's fall was not God's doing, it was his own choice. But even in the presence of evil, God's plan remains victorious. Every person now faces the same choice that Lucifer once had: to follow God in obedience or to turn away in pride. The story of Satan is a warning, but it is also a lesson in the power of true faith. What are your thoughts on this? Do you believe Satan's existence serves a purpose? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this discussion interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.